Hello everyone, welcome back to the factory. Part of me realized that I probably should just put the wall... Oh. Okay, yeah, actually that's not a surprise. I was looking at my achievements before the stream started, and I noticed that I was like 99,000 out of 100k or whatever. 99% done. So that is actually not a surprise that that happened. I just briefly forgot. But yes. I realized I should probably just put the wall all the way out like here. So I'm going to do that real quick. Wait, let me make some more grenades real quick while I'm waiting. Do it. Actually, I think that should be fine. Yeah. This is the part where I want some grenades. Hiya. Hiya. Hello. Couple more. Okay, and then yeah. Get out of here. Nice. It's actually a little bit further than the last one. Speaking of which, now I can deconstruct that. Is there another axe speed upgrade? I think there's like a repeatable tech for it. Or is like semi-repeatable in the late game. A couple more levels of axe speed. I'm also going to get rid of this vertical bit too. I just want the vertical space for logistical purposes. There we go. Much better. I'll probably end up building a couple of pipe to underground just so I can and then and to that should be fine. I just want it out of the way of anything that I end up building around up here. You know, mostly out of the way. Actually, I can leave these here for now. Okay, first things first, I want to rebuild the frickin'... Yeah, the pump jacks. So I need more iron, as always. Zoop. Okay, yeah, that'll do. Let's get back down to the oil. Let me actually see if I can fight those guys. Yeah, I'm gonna put a gate here instead now. Dude. I still had 2 gates. Damn it. Don't really see why I would need to do that, to be honest, so I'm just gonna... There we go. Aha. Wiggle. Ah. Well, it worked. There now, out of the way. Well, I mean, the defenses seem to have worked. Part of it also seems to be the pollution isn't really reaching right now. Actually, let's have a look, because if I examine... Okay, now that was like that, and this one is still at 100. Okay, so they just haven't attacked since. Okay, I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pump jacks, and I have 1, so I will make 4 more. And... There we go. I need a little bit more pipes. And then I need a pipe to underground. There we go. I'm forever going to be off by 1 on pipe to ground count now. There and here. Alright, we're back to... Whoop, wait, no, hang on. Place these broken power poles. There we go. Now we're back to full oil output. Ah. Yeah, we're still making stuff, but now we're actually, you know, fully making it. I think I am going to slightly revamp the oil setup. Just a smidgen. I can't pick this up without destroying the oil, can I? I really put this in a crappy spot. You know? How do I move this? Well, I mean, if I guess... if I make a fair bit of pipes go, like, I don't know, whoops. Go like this. Okay, it does refund the normal pipes. And I put tank here. Then I yoink this. Okay, so this is no longer filling. I can then put a pump. I already had another spare pump. Damn it, I could have actually used that for this. Okay, output that way. Into here. And in fact, first I will cut that. So this is only filling up from these tanks. Yeah. That should fit. Yeah. almost there. Alright, yeah. Eventually it'll be at a point where I'm okay with just like removing it. Yeah, once we get under 100 of each of these. Yeah, honestly, that's fine. That has a lot on it, honestly, but it's less than 100 each, so this is even better. Why are you still there? Anyway, now I can pipe, and then I think this will just work. Wait, no, I don't want it here. Dang it. Yeah, the whole point was to be able to move everything else too. I mean, I don't need to be that precious about it. A little bit, sure, but not that precious about it. The worst part about it is I'm going to have to move the water pipe. Damn it. Okay. A little more shimmy sham. Shimmy sham. Wah! Thank you for the subscribe. Thank you for subscribe. Yeah, I'll put these back down around here. Boink. Boink. And... sure. Bjork. Oh, there was not that much ammo among them. Oh, speaking of ammo and, like, spreading the ammo out across these, I found out that, like, click and drag to spread items evenly is a mod. Like, what? I thought that was vanilla behavior because everyone has it, and it's like, it just makes so much sense. It's like, I didn't even bat an eye. But no, it turns out that's modded behavior. So being able to click and drag ammo across like a whole cluster of turrets is a mod behavior. We're doing the same thing with like inventories of other stuff. So that was a bit of a bit of a downer to realize. But we'll make do. So yeah, ironically, the reason this has to be above ground through the belts is because I didn't give it a 2-block gap between each belt lane. So I can't have a pipe coming up from being underground and then going back to being underground to stitch it together. So I actually have to have the whole pipe be above ground and have the belts go under it. As opposed to doing this here, where it looks like it would make more sense so the belts can just go uninterrupted through the gaps, but it won't fit. Sag. I mean, I could wiggle one belt over by a tile to give the pipe space, but honestly, I don't care to do that much. Anyway, yeah. We have this entire area to work with now. What am I going to do with it? Good question. I did figure out that there are some pretty aggressive ratios when it comes to basic oil processing. So I am actually going to craft, yeah, a couple more oil refineries. Oh, I need to pick up steel. I suppose that makes sense. Haven't done that in a while, so zoop. And yoink. How much steel is that? Just over a stack ought to do me nicely for now. Moment. Okay. Just had to take care of something real quick. And I had to wait for these to handcraft anyways, so like, yeah, so it's like, let me look at the recipe. 1 second, 30 petroleum gas per second. And then making petroleum gas is 45 every 5 seconds. So 30 times 5 is 150 per second. So I need just over 3 for 1. Honestly, I'm okay with taking it as 3 and having a slight underperformance. But I suppose there's a way to multiply it to a point where they even up, because the 5 missing ones will eventually add up to 45, and then you just slap down an extra one. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. 9 of them. The 5 missing would add up to a 10th. So let's just build 10 oil refineries and then work with that. I'm probably going to want that much at some point anyway. Which means I'm going to need more circuits. More iron to make more circuits, except I already have circuits. I'm just going to pick up the damn circuits. And you know what? Cancel those and redo them so I'm not crafting circuits for them. Now I'm out of iron for pipes. That's just gonna have to deal. Yeah. Yeah, 2 stacks. Okay, so we have... Where is it? 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, I need bricks. I'm bricked up. Haha. That should be 10. Yeah, I'm crafting 3 more and I have 7 now. So that should be full petroleum gas speed, and I'm going to want more anyways, even when I get advanced oil processing. So, like, you know, I'm not that torn about overproducing the number of refineries for right now. Actually, you know what, real quick, I'm just going to clear my hotbars and reorganize them a little bit now that I've actually got stuff. Belt. Underground. Splitter. Inserter. Long inserter. Fast inserter. Medium pole. Fast assembler. Wall. Grenade. Steel furnace. Yeah, hang on. Steel furnace. Where was the other thing? There was something that I wanted to put next to the steel furnace. I mean, I guess... Do I not have any pipes right now? No, I don't. Okay, well, pipe. Pipe to underground. Tank. Pump. Wall and grenade can go on the right side. Huh. I don't have as much stuff. I guess because I'm not doing pump jacks right now. I don't really need it on my hotbar. So that's probably it. Alright. Yeah. That feels pretty good. I mean, I'm not doing furnaces right now, but... Yeah, in that case. I'll put pumps there. There we go. Okay, a much nicer and neater hotbar. I'll have to get used to the new positions for stuff, but it should be fine. I mean, let's start all the way over here and just slowly go. Let's see if we can fit all 10 of these. Just about. Nice and neat. That was actually pretty evenly spaced between these. Not bad. Okay. Wait. I'm a little silly. I placed them one bit too far up. These need to be in the electrical ranges. Yeah. Yeah, the supply area. There we go. Okay. So that should be basic oil processing. There we go. So now, if I make some pipes... this should just work. How do you do... Because I know there's 2 inputs for a reason. I wanted to do like that underground pipe thing. Like the... Because there's like a standard pipe to underground, like staggered arrangement, so the inputs and outputs are all their own separate pipelines for each one. So I think it's like this. Oh, this is going to be expensive. But I'm pretty sure it'll keep things... Yeah, that looks familiar now. I'm starting to recognize that from a video. Or from videos, plural, really. Scoop up some more iron for belts. Maybe I should make a pipe assembler, but... There, however much that ends up being. But yes. That looks familiar. And then the other one will go around that and be on another horizontal row. And then a similar shtick with the output. One will be petroleum gas, one will be light oil, one will be heavy oil. So, And the idea is basically just to make it so that you can weave them together, or weave them around each other. Man, that is an iron-hungry recipe. 10 pipes and 5 plates for a pair of pipe to ground. Ugh. All right. Let me wait for a couple of these. Alright, same shtick here, I believe. Oh, wait a minute. Crap. This is blocking an output if I put it here. Well. As annoying as that is, that does mean I have to move all of these apart by one. I knew there was probably a good reason for it, but I didn't notice it at the time. Alas, it's not that big of a deal. Okay. Let's see, because then all the outputs are exactly every other tile. That also makes it more consistent in that regard. And I'm now realizing that I'm going to have to make this a little bit more tightly... There's a word that I can't think of. Tightly wrapped? I mean, if I need the space, what I can just do is... that. And there we go. Yeah. Yep. Petrochemicals. Ah. Okay, hang on. I want this cooked like you cooked, but that's not right. What they're tightly knit might be what I was thinking of. Okay, well, I want there to be enough room. I might... Okay, you know what? I'm going to get serious for a second. And by serious, I mean... a little bit more... Well, yeah, a bit serious, yeah, but... I mean, if I'm doing that, I may as well just have the splitter be right here. There. And then... Oh, wait, no, because that puts it on the wrong side of the belt. Okay, well, it'll be a little bit jank, but it should be fine. Actually, wait, yeah, because I'll... Actually, yeah, if I want maximum building space, then I would do this, and then just... Oh, wait, hang on. No. Okay. Now I have to pick that up to take the E circuits off. Okay. That... What the... Okay. A little bit scrungly, but... It works. It barely works, but it works. So I guess technically I should move the splitter back one, but I don't really care about it that much. Not that much of a problem to me. But that means that I can now take this. Okay, yeah, I still have enough inventory room. And I can do that. And now we have all this corner that was previously not accessible. Which means I might want to move these. I will just shorten them significantly so that I don't feel pressured to go towards the right any further than I need to. Alright, take 1,000,005. I'm going to still draw these from the right side so they are as far to the right as I'm comfortable with them being. Right, 1, 2. Finally. Okay, yeah, that looks like it's about evenly spaced. Whew. Okay, that was a bit more of an ordeal than I was hoping for, but it worked out in the end. Right, before we do that, I want to set the recipe for these. And zoop. Okay. Yeah, I just wanted the pipe for the crude input to be well defined so that I can conclusively set it up. It looks like it's the same one every time though, so I didn't need to really worry about it too much. Okay, undergrounds. Okay. That is now all connected up. And now we just have to repeat that with the top end. And then we should be able to plug in the oil to one of them. Yes, and now these two pipes are not being blocked by a transition to ground. Oh, okay, I need a couple more. Beep, bop, beep, bop, beep. And there we go. All piped up. All right, let's get this in. Yay! Let there be oil. Let there be petroleum, I guess. And now there's petroleum in the pipes. Yay! Do I want to just, like, slap down a petroleum tank somewhere? I probably should. I am actually going to do this just so I can walk through here instead of having to go around it. But for now, since we're just going to be using the petroleum for our two plastic and sulfur chemical plants. Okay. I'm going to stagger these like this. Hang on. I want the sulfur ones to be up here. I want the plastic one to be unobstructed, so I'll put that like that. Put this here, I think. I just want them to be staggered so that, you know. Yeah, I don't need to worry about insert. Well, no, I do, because these are making solid outputs. And I also have to worry about... hang on, let me set the recipe. So this one's plastic. This one needs coal, right? It is interesting that it's petroleum and water makes sulfur. I guess the petroleum isn't pure and it has sulfur in it. And we're just using the water to wash the sulfur out, I guess. I don't quite get it, but c'est la vie. Anyway, we need to have a solid inserter input on this one, on the plastic. I almost want to draw the coal belt down like this to the plastic. But right, if I'm going to make a chain of these... Okay, no, hang on. I need to space them out more vertically. Can I ghost place these? How do I set ghost placements? Because then I can... build ghost, shift left click. Okay. Yeah, okay. Ghost place. So if I do the upper one... Actually, yeah. Because yeah, I theoretically could have one as low as like here, but I don't want to do that. I'm just going to mess around with ghosts for a bit. I don't know, I'm probably not going to be able to get that much out of it, because remember, we were figuring out the petroleum per second. Yeah, I think I want this to be at least... Okay, no. I definitely want them lower. I want there to be a pipe between them, and then a belt. Does that work? Wait. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna set up the one that requires coal first, the plastic, and just assume the sulfur will come later. So we need an input belt as well as pipes. And an output belt. Has a solid input and a solid output. Coal and plastic. And it also needs petroleum gas. Whoops. Brain machine broke. Okay, so if I need a downward pipe. Okay, yeah, let me do ghost stuff here. That. And we need one that goes up at least. Does that work as like an individual module? How do I pick up a blueprint? Advanced. Select the entities for blueprinting. Left click. It's not middle click. It's not shift control anything. That might actually be a mod as well. As I've learned from the even distribution mod, if I can't seem to replicate a common standard behavior, it's probably actually just a ubiquitous mod use. Oh, that's how I do that. I was trying to hold control. Oh, control C. How do I... Oh, I have to stop holding control. Okay. Yay! Okay, I figured it out. And then I just place one on each of the vertical pipes? No. Okay, hang on. How do I let go of it? Oh, okay. Wait, now how do I stop it? Okay. Whew. Okay, no, so this does not work. Because I need a pipe here, and then I need a pipe here. Which means the inserter has to go here, and the belt has to go here. And then that means the other underground has to go here. That's not ideal for obvious reasons. That being the frickin' inserter is blocking one of the fluid inputs. I mean, theoretically, I could weave it, not like belt weaving, but like snake it up and down so that the fluid outputs are untouched, but then it would be really annoying to take the outputs. I think this is as good as I'm going to be able to get for now. I just gotta live with this for the time being until I figure out something smarter. Wait, why did I have to add those? They're going to be all connected to the petroleum gas pipe anyway. No. Okay, if I control click on something, it gets rid of it. No. Okay. That should work. Okay, wait a minute. Theoretically, that should be it if I do a full row of these at some point. Which means I think I am actually going to have to move the coal belt. Which means I'll be able to remove those undergrounds. Actually, I would like to do that now because I'm going to need several undergrounds anyway. Alright. I might even have to do the same thing for the water. We'll see. But yeah, I'm actually, in fact, gonna split it off like here-ish. Dang. Okay. Yeah, hang on. I'm only gonna have one of each right now, so. I suppose theoretically before I did that, I should have figured out the frickin' sulfur one. And the output belt, actually. I didn't even do that. These aren't going to be inside of a electrical grid. Alright, well, hang on a mo. Actually, I think I might need to shift all of this up by one. Ugh. Because I want to have, like, these not be lined up exactly with the petroleum outputs. Because otherwise there's not really a way to get it into the other chemical plants. Like, it's too direct of an insertion, you know? I may just have to scrap this. It is a little frustrating, but I want to figure this out, you know? I also need to figure out the space for the water pipe. Okay, so what if I put it like... Okay, well, I'm going to need one layer up for the next pipes. And then a third layer up for the pipes after that. So they're all on separate pipelines. Ah. Cool. But yeah. So I'm going to need at least that much room. If not more. Yeah, I want at least one gap for any theoretical pipe to go underground from, like, this direction. I'll just do that on the end ones. So yeah, this is the minimum height. And then I need an extra for the belt, and then one for the pipe coming up from underground. So this is the minimum height, with the top edge in line with that coal belt, or one away from this copper belt. I think this is as low and to the left as I can get it. And if I need similar things for the sulfur one on the bottom, then that means I need 2 blocks between, and then I need an inserter on top of this, and then a belt, so that's 2 away there. So that means, actually, there is a way to make this a little nicer. Do that and have them share a belt. So that's inserter 1, belt, inserter 2. Oh, the pipes are going to be right up against the back wall then. I don't even have enough room doing it this way. Actually, hang on a minute. Whoever said I had to have the inputs be on the bottom for the fluid either? Hmm. I think I can make use of this last little space. That'll connect. Okay. Because I think then that means, because this doesn't output a fluid, I don't need these to do anything. I can have inserters right up against this. And I think I will. So we will insert from here. And we will output. Right, yeah, let's assemble plastic here. So we need to input coal and take out plastic. And this makes 2 bars for 1 coal and 20 gas, and it takes 1 second to craft. So that means every half a second I need to pull out a plastic bar. So I'm going to have a fast inserter taking out, which means I need to have a long-handed inserter be the input. So the input belt will go here, and then the output belt will go here. Yeah. In fact, I think I can make this a little bit more compact if I shift all of this over by a little bit. Let's just assume we have a whole pipeline over here from end to end, and all of our chemical plants will be connected to both. Oh, both sets of chemical plants will be connected to it. I mean, I could change which one of these petroleum gas pipes is actually the connection if I need this to move to. So I can actually remove that for now. Which means I can remove that, which means I can have the belt going outputs go this way. Catch is, yeah, there's actually not enough room still. Wait, but I said I was saving room by doing this. So, hang on, if we do it this way around, right, we're saving room because I can have the chemical plant be up one more compared to the up to underground. Like that. So instead of it being this being down one, so that means I can actually move this whole pipeline down by a tile. Because I don't have to have this down here, which wouldn't give enough room. I can have it be up here. Which means I have, right. So we need That's the long-handed belt. Fast inserted belt. Which actually would be going this way. Long-handed inserter would go. So yeah, that would be the input. And then we would have a fast inserter taking out. Yeah, I'll leave that gap for the power pole, let's say. So yeah, inputs downwards. So the pipeline would be this high. Which means the sulfur plant would be like this. Nope. Which means we would then have a fast inserter outputting onto a belt. I did it! I know theoretically I could have scooted these down a little bit more, but I wanted this gap here for the other input for these. I might end up changing it before I need that anyway, but... And I also could have moved the poles, but also, this was fun to figure out. I feel much more satisfied having puzzled out how to get enough space for this. Oh. Wait, no, we're fine. We're fine, I think. No, we're not. I need water input for this. Balls! And that has to be on a separate layer because otherwise the underground pipes will connect to each other. You can't pipe weave because the ground to... The pipe to ground will always connect to the nearest one. That's why you have to do this here. Damn it! I have not actually solved it. I did not actually figure it out. I am sad. I needed to have a second pipe here. Oh, yeah. Part of me wants to just move all of this downwards by one. I think that would actually make the most sense. Is that... Oh, that is grabbing it. Man. All right. You know what? Yeah, leave that there for now. Yeah, I'm gonna just move them. Oh. Pissed because this is also wasting. And banned. Get out of here. Whoop. Okay. That should be it. Whoopsie. Yeah. So yeah, hypothetically, this is where the water pipe would have to go. At minimum. No, not really pipe. Yeah, if I want this to be at all compact, I would want it like this. No. Let me just make sure that this actually still works. It does. Okay, yeah, so we'll be able to pull the sulfur out of here. And put the petroleum in there. So yeah, this one needs to be water. Which it is. This is the petroleum pipe. which means it has to be an underground. Does it? I mean, it just means it has to not attach to that, the water pipe, and it has to be expandable. So it means it needs to be like that. And that. And that. So I guess theoretically I can just start pasting this. If I put this like this, those will connect up separately. Theoretically, they could be as near as this. How would that work out if I did do that? Let's just hypothetically say I fill out this entire area, which I'm probably not going to do. But if I did, that much, let's say. End to end, let's just say hypothetically. The water would have to come over here in order to connect to this end of the pipe. And the petroleum would have to connect from this to here. It'd be a little funky, but I think that would work. Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, I think that'll work. All right. And then I'll just use underground. Yeah, water. I'm gonna do that just so I can squeeze through this gap. Yeah. Underground. Huh. There we go. Similar thing here. There. Missed a spot. Mm-hmm. There we go. Okay. Oh no. Okay, don't panic. No, it is. This is actually fixable. I just realized this won't connect because it's a downward pipe, but it is entirely fixable. I do still need to do that because otherwise it'll connect to the water pipe, but that will fix the whole thing as long as I replace those adequately. And there's nothing in this gap, so this is actually perfectly space efficient. Phew! I messed up in such a way that it was easily fixable. Whew. Okay, I need to go pick up more iron. Oh yeah, I can remove the undergrounds there. Okay. Yeah, that should be plenty. I'm sorry for being very quiet. I'm just in serious super duper focus mode. Yeah. Also, while I wait for this to craft, I can fix these. Here we go. Okay. Let there be sulfur. Oh, it's putting it on the other side of the belt now. That's not a problem. That's just funny. The other lane. Yeah! Let there be plastic. And the long-handed inserter can more than keep up with this. Ah, there we go. And the petroleum is keeping up. Yep. Yeah. Output full. And then it makes 45 petroleum gas. So yeah, I overbuilt a little bit in terms of petroleum gas production, but I think I was presuming twice as many chemical plants somehow. Oh no, it's probably because the sulfur is actually backed up all the way. That's probably why. And now the plastic has, so yeah. All right. It only took me an hour and a half to fix my oil setup from last stream. But I feel much better about this. It's super expandable. I don't even think I needed to overbuild it this badly. But now we can actually get to making advanced oil, or to making chemical science. Sulfur, circuits, and engine units. And the advanced circuits need plastic, so we're using both of our petroleum products. A strange sense of peace. Okay, yeah. I mean, engine production, I guess. I already have it over here, but I guess I'll make a new one. Yeah. A new engine production for science. Yeah, so I guess the science assemblers will be up here somewhere, and then they'll go over and be part of that eventually. Alright. So we need pipe assembler. And then engine assembler. So this needs to just be an iron plate belt. And then I need gears and steel, right? Yeah, gears, iron gear wheels, and steel plates. All right. And then blue science, sulfur advanced circuits, and engine units all need to go up to the science assemblers. So they were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's a gap of 5 tiles. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, 1, 2, 3. Okay, a 4 tile gap between the coal belt and the top. Coal belt and the bottom edge of the assemblers. Okay, so one gap, 2 gap, 3 gap, 4 gap. So yeah, something like that. And we'll go this way and have the belts go to the right. What's the time on that? 24 seconds for 2 chemical science. So 12 per pack. All right, we'll see. I feel like that'll be fine as a start, and then we can ramp it up from there. So we need sulfur red circuit engine unit. Ah, wait, yes. engine units. How long does this take? 10 seconds. Okay, yeah. So I'm probably going to have to expand that at some point to keep up with science production, but for now, yeah. Oh, there's 3 ingredients. What's the one that is needed the most of? 3 advanced circuits. I think I may have to move these up one. Because I think I'm going to need long-handed inserters. So yeah, the red circuits need to be on the fast belt. Okay, that should align the lanes the way that I want them. Oops. There we go. That's not too intrusive. And then we just need yeah. Let me get up to 200 of these. And just scoop up a few dozen inserters. That should do nicely. Pipe. Alright, speed along here. Alright, now time to sort this mess out. How many splitters do I need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Man. Why am I getting so many spams? I guess it's a sign of my rising popularity. Slowly, but still rising. It's okay. It's not like I'm having anything action-packed that would require me to not be able to deal with it myself. And I'm out of belts again. Hey, look, the sulfur's going, though. Maybe I should start paving my base. There we go. Also, I should totally just throw the excess coal that I have into the plastic. I am super glad that I figured out I don't have to have the inputs be on the same side, and I got the input and output inserters on the same side. That really just gigabrain expanded my mind type thing. 500 transport belts. Yep. There goes the red circuits. And now I just need to power these and put down a couple of them. Yeah, I'm definitely going to need to expand the number of engine units I'm making. Oh man, that means I'm probably going to have to actually rework this out. Yeah, I'm making one engine unit every few seconds. I'm just going to work this out real quick. Okay. Well, I'm going to have the iron plates go something like this, so that I can have a bunch of pipes assemblers. And that means I'm probably going to have to do the thing with the long-handed inserters because the output is slow. Let's see. So yeah, this will theoretically be extendable off to the left. And yeah. This upwards belt will just be pushed continuously leftwards. Feels a bit odd, but it'll work. Theoretically, I could make it a little nicer if I moved this one over as well. Yeah, there we go. Yoink. Zoop. Yeah, I might need to expand it even further, but this is a good start. It's a little something per second. Oh. Oops. Yeah, that's fine, honestly. As long as the engine units are sitting in front of that. All right, now I just need to get the inserters and stuff in, and then I have to get this belt all the way over to the labs, which is gonna suck a little bit. Yay! It's cooking. We're making blue science. And... okay, wait, this is going to take a minute. Hold. 0.06 per second. That is wild. Yeah, we're going to definitely need more engine units per second. But it's something. Actually, it seems like we're producing a little bit more than enough engine units per second. Yay, blue science! Alright, well, I'm going to drag this out. Oh, yeah, I'll drag it out in physical form just so the blue science follows me. Aha! Actually, yeah, no, I don't want to do that. Let's go up. Like this for now. We can always rearrange it a little later. Alright, and then this is where the real ingenuity happens. I'm going to pick up these inserters. And I'm going to make them go both ways so that they distribute all science packs between all of them, instead of just being chained in one direction. Hey, look! We're researching blue science now. So yeah, we're going to do it like... no. Yep. I think it's just because we're not filling the other one back up. They're just doing a shimmy sham or shuffly. Okay, actually, real quick, I'm gonna just uproot the power poles because these are still wooden ones. Wait, that is actually okay. Hiya! It's a little bit all over the place, but I think once the labs are all full, it should work. Yeah, it's gonna be a bit shimmy-shammy. But yeah, you can see they're starting to stabilize and then they use up a science pack. It's probably not optimal, but it looks fun. So you know what? Theoretically, I could stop this if I filtered the inserters. You know what? I might as well. Whitelist, red, and green. Yeah, red and green need to go that way. And then whitelist, blue. Blue needs to be pulled from the blue input. And this one actually needs to have all of them whitelisted. Oops. And green, blue. And these ones subsequently actually do not need to be in existence. Aha. Yeah, okay, now it's stable. Filtered directionalized science shimmy-shamming. Yay! And now we have advanced oil processing, which means I now immediately have to go and redo all the oil stuff. Ugh. I am in immense pain at all times. But it's the good kind of pain, don't worry. Oh, they need a water input. Well, I mean, I already did all the water input stuff. I just need to actually build the pipes for it. Okay, so water input plus crude oil input makes heavy oil and light oil and gas. Heavy oil cracking to light oil to petroleum gas. Oh, okay, so the current recipes I have actually remain unchanged. The problem is that I need to crack the light oil and the heavy oil into more petroleum gas to make sulfur and plastic out of. Dude. I really am getting more popular. Get out of here. Be gone, bot. Ugh. You know what? It's about to become 2 hours. I think I'm gonna put off the headache until next stream and just be grateful that I have some amount of blue science. Honestly, I don't even need to expand my sulfur and plastic production yet. Are you good? Oh, I unselected the recipe. Oops. Yeah, that would do it. Let me throw another stack of coal in so that it just works forever. Well, it works uninterrupted by the inserter speed. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So I could stand to expand this. Speaking of which... Alright, before we end, I'll expand blue science so that it's at least semi-consistent. I won't just chicken out entirely. And the last of my Mark 1 assemblers. Ah. Ba-da-da-da. Oh wow, look at that. It'll actually fit through the gap in the pipes. Yeah, we'll do that much. However much that ends up being. It'll be a nice little thing to end off the stream with. I'm going to need a lot of long-handed inserters. Probably another fast. Hey, I was right. I do actually need another fast inserter. I need 2 more long. You're long. Mm-hmm. And then I need like... Oh. Well, if I need gear wheels, I'll just pick up a few from this. Oh, I just don't have any plates now. Ironic. Okay. Now I can make hella inserters. Alright. Me, bop, oh, beep, boop, bop, bop, bip, bop, beep, bop. Perfect. Nearly. What the? Hubba. Oh! My power! Unlimited power. No. Oh my god. Okay, we have some spice before the end of the stream. Oh my goodness. My water. No. Okay, well, semi-easy solution. Let me build a gun turret. Where did they come from? They expanded down from here. Oh, right. That was one of the things that I probably should have put on my hotbar. Yeah, we'll put it there, and then... Here we go. That should cover it. I have to replace all of this. Oh my god. Oh, they blew up the actual... Ugh. And I need an offshore pump. There we go. All right, pipe is filling back up. Repair kit. That was another thing that I wanted to have on the hotbar. There we go. Okay. Why are you... Oh, they blew up the frickin' burner inserter. And one of the actual boilers. Just noticed that. And the other offshore pump. And I need another burner inserter. There we go. Alright, our power should be fully fueled. Okay, we need more. I have a lot of stacks of coal. Alright. Boiler. 2 steam engines. There we go. Oh wow, we're still pushing it. Wow, we're still not quite there. Oh. There we go. Now we're cooking. Somehow those got disconnected. Actually, wait a minute. Ugh. Oop. Okay, bump my mic a little. Theoretically, I should be able to... Yeah. Okay, that should do for now. I mean, they can theoretically just come around. Oh! Well, they chose not to. I can see that now. And this is being very effective for the time being, so I'm just gonna leave it. Oh, wait, you're damaged. Let me fix you up. There we go. Everything else okay? Yep. Alright. Yeah. Is the research still researching, or are we we're still stalling because of the... Oh, yeah, I didn't finish the upgrade. Yeah, let me finish the actual blue science upgrade, and then we'll call it there. Actually upgrade the upgrade. I need more steel. I think I have a whole belt of it. Eh. There we go. All right, the upgrade has actually been built. I'm going to have to increase the production of engine units later, but first and foremost, the blue science upgrade is completed. And now we can move on to researching stuff that requires blue science. I think I'm going to beeline for bots. That needs utility science. That requires LDS. Construction robots don't. Do they? They don't. Okay. So, yeah. These do... Wait. Yeah, as soon as we're done with electric engines, we can make robotics. What needed utility science? Oh, it was logistics system. Yeah, that's what it was. And the cargo size needs purple science. What? Did I say something that I didn't mean to? I don't know what you're referencing. Oh, acronyms. What are... Oh, LDS, low density structure. That's what it was. It is a ingredient. It is ingredients for the rocket. Low density structure. Copper plate, steel, and plastic. No problem. We just had to get on the same page of what you were confused by. Yeah, you need that for the logistics system because it's required for the utility science pack. Which I suppose is the next potential goal. Doesn't have to be. I could also go for purple, I think. Yeah, I can go for purple right now, actually. I have all of the prerequisites. It would unlock automation 3 and logistics 3, actually. That might be worth it, but I still want a turbo for bots. Bots are just too freaking useful. In particular, I want to get the personal roboport. That's the big one. I'll have to make modular armor in order to be able to make use of it, but yeah. So I guess this will be the next stream goal is personal roboport and the other utilities required to make use of them, and then have construction bots. Lubricant. Our science per minute is mediocre, but you know, not the worst. I would say that's a pretty successful stream, all things considered. We definitely heavily improved the petroleum setup, and will be eventually upgrading to the advanced oil processing. But with the space restrictions on display here, I don't think it's going to happen until I end up rebuilding the whole base with robots. That is going to probably be the main difference maker. I'm going to have to make a bot mall, a new main bus, all that jazz. Better defenses, expand. So yeah, next week, a new chapter. Hello, we're just about to end stream. See you next week. Same time of day, Tuesdays.